Hello, this is Jer. Super excited. Just enabled the public testing Frosty Planet pack here. Let's give this a go. So this is what I get when I load the Frosty Planet pack. Play beta or quit. Obviously, I'm opting in. Resume game or make a new game. Obviously, making a new game. I see the Frosty Planet pack icon over here. Let's go the default mode. Okay, where am I gonna find? Okay, well, clearly, this one here. So it is in a cluster that's different than this one. Okay, and we've got nearby asteroids. They look like all the nearby asteroids are the same, but it's just the starting one that's different. I've kind of like the initial one that traits that has given me, so I'm going to just stick with that. Alternate pod, but metal rich and geoactive. Just curious if the story traits are any different. It seems to be the same. Going to play with the default settings for the first time going to Planet, or the Frosty Planet series. Let's start this thing up then. So here are the three dupes that have been chosen for this mission. We have Dasher, Dancer, and Prancer. I see there's a new trait, Frostproof, immune to chilly surroundings. It didn't take long to roll to get these three traits. And I also see one of the dupes looks quite different than a dupe that I've ever seen before. I have no idea the skills that I'm going to want for this mission. I've got one that's I'm going to concentrate on engineering, or rather researching, general purpose. A dupe that's going to help set up the base, probably concentrating on digging first, I assume. And then a farmer. I kind of just wanted to make sure I get a dupe that has the new look, to be honest. We'll see how this goes. Frosty Planet beta. Oh my goodness, let's embark on this mission. One comment I've heard from someone so far is everything you've known before is useless. Ambient temperatures of the planet are inhospitably low. I've detected the ruins of scientifically advanced settlement buried deep beneath our landing site. Oh, so there's something to dig down to. If my duplicates can survive the journey into the Frosty Planet's core, we could use this newfound technology to build a colony like no other. Okay, looks like I've got the New Hope. I'm going to do a quick save here. And then we'll take a look around. First of all, given the fact that this is a frosty planet, what is the temperature are we talking about? Minus 22. Okay. I mean, clearly ice everywhere, and there's no liquid water, but we could possibly deal with that. Though, oh, okay, yeah, wait, I see. It gets colder as you go. So it's not like minus 20 here and everywhere else. Cinnabar ore, excuse me, what? Okay, let's start with this metal ore, obviously. At 500 some degrees goes to gas. Mercury. Okay, so this is very interesting. These guys consume, of course, yeah. So we can, you put it through the metal refinery and mercury comes out. Okay, alright, well that'll be something to try later on. That's interesting. Okay, oxylite, so that's going to be our initial source. We've got 20,000 kilograms of food. Probably the... Oh no, I was going to say this is a little different. Meat and tallow pounded into calorie-dense brick. Oh, it actually has a standard +2, okay. But only so much of that. But there's wood pile. Normally that's not the case. I see there's a wood heater. Oh, and a coat rack. Maybe one of the reindeer can put that on. A phlox. So many new things. Okay, well, I'm going to definitely be investigating things in turn. My best guess is I should probably get a place for the dupes to use the washroom and sleep in, so I'll set up a plan for that, and then we'll start to dive into all of this. Research portals, that's scientific equipment they were talking about, maybe. So our reindeer decided to start digging in two directions. Thinking is, well, we need rooms, such as a latrine, and there's lots of oxylite over here, so that's why we're digging out in this direction. So once we've got this, we'll create a ladder. A ladder from wood, okay. Wasn't expecting that, but sure. Let's get a ladder and go up and down. I'm gonna try to avoid killing off some of the natural plants. I have no idea how useful any of them might be, or what applications we could have. Shrubbery plant that grows on the ceiling, Alvaro plant, and that flower, I'm assuming this is just a decoration type. Lots of critters though. So getting someone with critter ranching is probably going to be a useful thing. We'll see. Do we want to get access to this wood heaters? Question. Thinking we want to try to get some cots. Trying to avoid. Okay, hold on. What is the temperature here versus here? Let's put in 3 cots. Or dupes. Snow tile. Oh, I can only make a snow tile. Well then. What about this? Can I actually build out this metal? Looks good so far. So I'm going to put in our first room. This is the plan for the latrine. I'm assuming we're not going to find water for this wash basin. So I'm just going to make a bunch of outhouses, but that should at least make it a latrine. Unless, of course, the rooms themselves are different. At a quick glance, I don't see any new room types. Let's go overlook the star map. Big sheet of ice. What are we getting? Icy nectar meteor showers. We've got a saltwater geyser. Okay, that might be really important to find. An oil reservoir. Again, that produces heat. Okay. So we're not at a complete loss. I want to make my way down to this research portal in case that becomes very useful. Still waiting for things to be built for that to become a room. I have the goal at the end of the first cycle, as I typically do, both latrine and the barracks to be completed, so I'll focus on that before this ladder. But we can't get up or down without wood. And we're starting to consume it. What happens when I run out? Huh. I already have a colony achievement. I am not focusing on achievements in this playthrough. Though I am curious if there is any new achievements specific to this DLC. Head and bath. Looks like that's the spaced out DLC ones. No, I don't see any specific. Okay, well, I'll just be ignoring that then. Oh, these plants consume carbon dioxide. I'm very curious to see what my team's going to find out from this machine. Okay, let's also try to go up as well at the same time. We need to get some dirt for outhouses, though. Where's the closest source for that? We'll get down here to get some dirt. So our shareberry plant looks like it's incapable of propagating. I think this is one of those things that is just our one-time use food. So I don't think there's going to be any harm from digging that. That's going to extend our food supply until we can find some way to grow food. Possibly. so that is it. We are at the end of the first cycle. Not really any sense in doing this. I am going to go though to this and disinfect, though. I suspect with everything so cold, we probably won't have germs anyway. So we're having a reindeer meal. It is time to find a cot and sleep away the first cycle on this Frosty asteroid. At the beginning of cycle 2, our team decides they're going to put in a power generation system over here with a research computer. And one of our dupes is going to start to do some research to see if we can unlock some tech. We also have this machine now. I'm going to click on unlock research and see what happens. Oh, this is a light source. Okay, didn't expect that. Dancer is doing something. Quite excited about what they found from this machine. I have no idea what the benefit of what they're doing right now. I guess they're just enabling the machine. Attention required. Okay, attention required. Oh, research discovered. Eureka, we've deciphered the research portal's final transmission. New building has become available. Oh, okay, this is interesting. We've got now a wood heater, an ice liquefier, oh, and a wood tile. One file was labeled open, the first, okay. View entry, that's fine. All right, so 3 new building types that we've got to experiment with. It looks like 1 is under utility, or 2 is under utilities, wood heater and ice liquefier. Well, that takes our cinnabar ore. And we've got our wood tile. Slow heating, it's insulator, okay. But we only have so much wood though, so we have to be aware of that. I think the plan is still to continue with our basic research station. And if we can put in a second one of these, we can even make that a laboratory. Dancer is putting in the manual generator so we can get some power to be generated. Now, because I'm not so worried about power emanating or heat emanating from batteries, let's see what the harm would be for creating multiple of these. I'm looking to see if there's any new research items in this DLC. At a quick glance, I don't see any, but once I get into taking a closer look, maybe there is, but nothing that comes to mind. But we're going to research a place for our friends to be able to eat at the end of each cycle. Dasher is starting off in the research station. The dupes are putting a floor down here. This is going to be the eating area. Their thinking is to try to keep everything compact because as we go further out, it gets colder and colder. We've reached the end of the second cycle. So we've got now the ability to do some basic research at least. Able to generate some power. We've found this machine, though I'm not exactly sure what to do with it just yet, but it's there. Research is nearly complete. I'm going to rummage this and assume that I'm going to find a single suit. Start to set up some mess tables for everyone to be able to eat at. Oh, they immediately turn the wood heater on. I guess its existence will just start operating it. Let me destroy that since I have the ability to build one. My own location. Okay, warm coat. Let's give that to Prancer. And actually destroy these tiles. We'll start to relocate some cots. We want to try to centralize everything close together as possible. We can research the next project. Let's do rock crusher. The next priority that the dupes have is oxygen generation. And how is that going to work? Possibly the electrolyzer, if we could somehow figure out how to get water in there. So I think that's going to be what we pivot to instead of the rock crusher. And that may involve the ice liquefier. But in the meantime, I think we've got to get access to some oxylite. So it may take a little bit longer to figure out how all this works. The next dupe to join the team. So this is going to be Vixen. They are interested in digging, researching. They don't have the cold protection, but they are a night owl. Let's see if we can get a cot set up for them. So right away I can see I've got chili surrounding for this particular dupe. This has given them athletics -5, stamina -50%, and stress 10%. Ouch! Okay, I can really see the benefit of having that chili protection. First harvesting of some wild plants is taking place. What are we going to get from this guy? Oxylite. Oh. Okay, it's not a food source. That's actually an oxygen source. What about this plant? Pike apple bush. This must be food-based. Closed-toe footwear is recommended as barefoot contact for plants leads to infection. In breath. Okay. Interesting. I don't have shoes for you guys. But that has produced a pike apple, 800 calories. My assumption with the research portal, I guess it technically does act as a light source. But other than that, I don't think it has any more purpose. It says one-time use. So I think you get the few new buildings, and that's about it. Between food and oxygen, there's a little bit more concern for food, just because now dupes know that they can get a little bit of oxylite from these plants. And there's still lots of oxylite we haven't dug out yet. But not much is known about food at the moment. So a little farm is being set up here to try to grow some of this apple stuff. At the end of cycle 4, we're just about to get our first farm tiles together. One of these dupes is having a much harder time than the others. Poor Vixen. So these plants need some phosphorite. We're storing some in this storage bin and putting them into plants so we can hopefully get food going forward. Dupes have found some material they're more familiar with. Igneous rock. Not a lot of it yet, but definitely going to go get some more. I think I'm going to give Vixen the hard digging skill so that we can get some granite as well. As the dupes look a little further in, there is even more interesting things. Aluminum cork that, assume that gives off light? Let's see here. Yes, and then there's this guy, Behemoth, and another type of plant that we'll have to investigate. An ethanol. Ooh, this is interesting. If I could get a liquid tempedizer over there, that might bring up some possibilities. We've got some uranium ore. And can I build with... Oh no, haven't dug this out just yet. After digging out some igneous rock, we can now actually build some ladders without wood, which is nice. Vixen is quite curious what is further away from the base. I am as well. So I've got some skills to give out. I'm gonna get 2 dupes that can dig through granite. Dasher, you're gonna concentrate on research, and Prancer, farming. So we've got a supercomputer that can be built. So we're going to put that right here and going to try the ice liquefier. That looks like a kettle. We've got our next reindeer dupe, Comet, interested in operating, ranching, cooking. They're an early bird. Get them here, make sure we've got a cot for them. I don't know if this machine actually dumps water on the floor or makes a water bottle. Now that I think of it, it's probably on the floor. But we'll find out soon. Looks like Prancer's picking up some ice. I assume going into the kettle. After some wood is put in the liquid, or the ice liquefier, we are going to get probably a mess on the floor. I suspect that's probably what this is going to do, but maybe not. Or there's a net. It would be really convenient if it came out into a pipe, but I did not think that was the technology we were going to get. Oh, they're putting it into a bottle. And the bottle's going... Oh yeah, probably into the wash basin. That makes sense. But that is going to give us the ability to use the supercomputer. Because I was wondering if that was going to work or not. That's kind of an important thing. Speaking of which, Dasher is putting in the supercomputer for us. I just went to research insulated tile and I see the ice liquefier. So that is another way I could get it other than this potentially. But obviously in this particular world, you want to go to the research portal. Speaking of which, I guess if you didn't have that, how would you get water to actually do the research for that? Anyway, moving on. Let's see where we are over here. Almost at this quartz. And a good amount of ethanol. Very excited to see that, actually. We want a reindeer great hall to exist. Let's see if we can find something to plant in here. Oh, this flower. Hopefully will do. There's great concern that this farm is not going to be enough. So we're setting up a spot over here to make a micro musher. Now that I know that bottled waters can exist, I can produce food. So that's going to consume wood. So hoping that won't be needed, but just in case it is, that's going to be in place. Not sure we have enough farm tiles, so let's get more of those. I'll probably have to use the micro musher under 10,000 calories of food. No idea if this is going to be a good strategy or not, but we're going to go after the liquid temporizer. Start of cycle 9. The dupes are expanding their farm. You can see they've got some plants that are harvest ready there. Some teleportation equipment has been found. Now the dupes are fighting over who's going to go and visit the much warmer asteroid. Oxygen situation is not good. The food situation is not good. And things are freezing. Printing pod exists. I do not feel confident about another dupe, so we're going to take the extra item, which isn't that helpful at the moment, but oh well. Try to help the short-term oxygen situation. Vixen is on the way to dig out some oxylite. So we made it to cycle 10. Definitely a lot of surprises in this particular world. Was definitely expecting it to be cold. Actually, what didn't... No, what is this icon? Anyways, lots to discover. Touched into some of these biomes over here, but haven't even begun experimenting with that. Very concerned because oxygen level is low and food level is low. I'm wondering if we should maybe focus in on this. But it's just the first attempt. I'm gonna see if I can keep going, see to get if I can get these guys to survive. My plan ultimately is to try to heat up some ethanol. But I'm super excited to have this out and testing it, see how far I can get before we get a death or I give up and have to restart. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick break here. Hopefully I will see you in the next episode where I continue to try to survive on this very frosty planet. Till then.